Well, hello there. All right, so I'm Andrea Shaw. If you don't know me, hey. I wanted to pose a question. Are you walking in faith or are you walking in fear? See, I've had this journey that God has put me on over the last few weeks. I had a good friend of mine pose this question of is what you are pursuing really God's will? And I'm like, I think so. I've had that question with him, or I've had the conversation with him. I've asked him that, maybe not so much in the words that she had proposed, but I'm like, if I think I have, maybe I haven't. And so that sent me on this week and a half, 2 week journey that I've been on, and it's been a doozy. But I'm so thankful for her question. I'm so thankful. And it's really been this focus on faith or fear. I do not want to be a fear walker. Do you want to be a fear walker? I don't want to be a fear walker. I want to be a faith walker. I want to walk in faith daily. I want to not live in fear. Fear is stupid. And no. You don't want to walk in fear either, so stop. You want to walk in faith. And so I want to be a faith walker. I want to enjoy God's blessing and abundance and walk in faith and trust him and be obedient to him and what he has called me to do. And so with this question that she said, have you asked God if it's his will? Have you asked him to close the door if it is not his will? So scary, because as a human, I don't want him to shut any door that I'm delighted in, right? Keep the door open. Keep it cracked. If anything, give me clarity, Lord. I truly sought his will. And I'm so thankful for her question. And I'm so thankful for walking in that over the last few weeks and just being observant and just listening and just truly up at night, just crying, is it your will? Oh, and we need to do that. We need to ask God for his will in our life. And it's not an easy task. Our flesh does not want us to seek God's will. He is our creator. He is our maker. He is our Lord. He created us for a purpose. And if we're not walking in his will, we're not walking in his purpose. But if we are walking in his will, we are walking in his purpose, and he will show us those things in full form, in full clarity. And I urge you, ask him. Ask him what his will is. Ask him to close doors if it's not the right door. Ask him to open doors wide and to show you things, because he will. And oh my gosh, it's been great. So if you have not read Into the Deep, one of the devotional pages I post, go read Into the Deep. Go read the scriptures that go into the deep and walk into the deep. He is asking us not to just be in the shallow waters of our faith, but be in the depth and the richness and the trust, and to walk in the deep part of faith that is the unseen. It's easy to walk in the shallows of faith, but there's not much growth there. It's very, very much our comfort zone, and God is not asking you to walk into the shallows. He's asking you to walk into the deep and to just live in faith and live in abundance and live in his will. Sorry, my door. Wind and children. But just live in abundance, live united with him, and to be a faith walker, not a fear walker, a faith walker. Go walk in faith. Go ask him of his will. Go ask him to show you. He will. But to be obedient, whatever that is. Go walk in faith.